growing up, I mean, I read that you guys are pretty much like inseparable, right? You didn't want to play soccer until she did, and she's younger than you. So what was that like connection growing up where you guys were always competing and I guess being best friends at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, even before playing soccer, our dad loves playing golf. So we like started off playing golf, and we would always, be competing who could hit the ball further, who could make it, closest to the pin. But I mean, I think it's always been good competition, friendly competition between us growing up.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I always just wanted to, when she was on older teams and we started getting separated, all I wanted to do was be like, oh, I want to play up. I want to play with you. Like, how can I get on a team with you? Or just, like, show up to practice. And I don't know. Like, I always just look up to her, and, like, I love being around her and having her around me. So.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. So you mentioned your dad. Obviously, your whole family, it's a group of athletes, right? Your dad played baseball in college and got drafted. Your uncle played football, a Hall of Famer. Your grandfather, I read. I don't know who else I'm missing out. I'm sure your whole family played a sport.
Yeah.
But did that like compel you guys to want to play sports? Was it always a competitive family growing up?
Yeah, I think that just like growing up in such an athletic family and like seeing honestly like everyone compete at like the highest level possible has like just like really inspired me to like want to be like going down that path also. Like all my cousins, most of them like all have played sports growing up. Like two of my cousins, they play football. One plays football at Stanford, one plays at Northern Colorado. My other cousin plays baseball at Regis. My other cousin played tennis at Santa Clara. So like we all are doing it, and it's so nice because we're all kind of in the same age range that like we're all going through it at the same time too. So like when we all hit those bumps in the road like through our sports, that like we're all able to call each other and kind of just talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. Do you feel the same way about that?
Definitely. I just feel like we're all able to support each other too, since we're like, oh, you know what we're going through, you know what we're doing. And I just think it also just brings out the competitive nature, since when we see each other, I swear we're always doing something. Like, there's always something going on, whether it's like a little basketball game or like we're running around on like this golf course. Like, we're always doing something with our cousins and all that, which is amazing.
Yeah, definitely. That makes sense. And so they all played, a lot of them play like football, it sounds like. And then you guys are playing soccer.
Yeah.
So like, why did you, obviously you can't play football. That makes sense. And soccer is football, but what led to you getting interested in playing soccer?
Gosh, I mean, yeah, Dani really did. I mean, I was kind of just like fine playing like golf and tennis, and like my dad played soccer when he was younger, but Dani kind of was the one that got into it, and I was like, okay, like I guess I'll do it too.
Yeah. So she's the group leader of you two?
Yeah.
As a 5 year,
she thinks so.
5 years old, I was the group leader.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So when you got into like started playing soccer, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I talked to some other players with or I guess on the men's team, and I'm like, why did you play defense or goalkeeper? I feel like everyone wants to be a striker or a goal scorer, right? Mm-hmm. So what led, like, did you just fall into that? Like, how'd that all happen?
Yeah, I mean, I played goalkeeper for a stint, like, and then I stopped once I got knocked out.
Okay. How'd that happen?
Hit in the face. The girl shot it from like the 6-yard box, straight to the face, knocked out.
So funny.
Did you save it?
Yeah, it didn't go in.
That's all that matters.
It was so funny since our dad was the coach of the team at the time, and my dad he runs out on the field, and first thing I say is, I was like, did it go in? And he's like, no, you're good.
That's the right mentality.
Yeah, and then I retired from goalkeeper.
Okay.
I mean, I played a little bit of forward. It was just always on the I always played on the outside of the field. I also played it at center back sometimes, but I usually got put at outside back, and I just stuck there like my whole life. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, like when we were playing like, rec soccer and everything, like there's no goalkeepers at the time, but then when you get to like U12, I think it is, U10, like they start doing a rotation because like no one has a goalkeeper yet. And when I got rotated in, I was like, oh, I actually kind of like this.
Okay.
So I was like, you guys don't need to rotate anymore. Like, I'll stay here. So, like, from then I just kept playing.